Welcome back everybody, once again this is Grungi, your host for today, and we are back for some more Magic the Gathering in Magic Duels Origins rather. And you know, won't waste time, still doing the story of Kitun, and apparently Akros has fallen under attack as harpies mercilessly swarm the city's walls. Every able body is needed. You and the other prisoners are released. The city's last hope to beat back the monsters. So apparently, not only do they teach us magic in the jail, apparently now they free us so we can fight monsters. But okay, so let's just send those RPs back where they came from. And just so you know, I'll be trying to be a little slower maybe in my playing and try to articulate my thoughts better. I've been told that maybe that would be a good idea, so we'll see. Hopefully I managed to do a better job. So, first we have a tutorial, so what's this going to be about?
You can have multiple creatures grouped together to block a single attacking creature. This is a good way to gang up on a larger threat. Your opponent chooses how the attacking creature deals damage to your blockers.
Okay, so they're teaching us that we can use several creatures to block.
Usually, an attacking creature will deal all its damage to the creature that blocked it. But a creature with trample can deal its excess damage to the defending player.
Okay, so
you'll see trample and group blocking in action in this skill quest. To complete it, block the incoming attack and win on your next turn.
Okay, simple enough. So we will have to survive. We're at 1 life. I'm guessing this is going to attack with the 6/5. So this is just a 6/5 creature with trample. So as they just told us, trample means that if I block with a creature with, for example, 4 toughness, the first 4 damage of the 6 this creature deals are going to go to my creature, but the 2 remaining ones are going to arrive in my face.
To block an incoming attack, click and drag one of your creatures to the attacking creature you want to block.
Okay.
Once you've selected all the creatures you want to block with, click Confirm Block.
I know to block. So basically, what I will have to do, because I have just 1 life left, is block both of my creature, because they can all absorb 3 damage, and I can zoom in. So as you see, just 3. They have 3 toughness, so I will need 6 toughness in total to prevent all the damage from this creature. So we'll drag and drop and drag and drop. So we will block with the 2 creatures and confirm the block. And unfortunately, both our creature will die, but we will do 6 damage to this one, so it's going to die as well, which is nice for us. So now we need to win, and well, you know, we can play the forest. That's okay. And now is where the all creatures. So we have the same Vulpin Goliath as the adversary had. So basically, as you see, it's again 6 power, but it has trample, and it only has a steel wall, which is 0/4, and as it says, it's a defender, which basically means it's a wall. So it cannot attack; it can only defend, and it doesn't do any damage. So it's going to absorb 4 damage, but I deal 6. So the 2 remaining ones are going to go to his face, and we will win then, and we will complete the tutorial. Oh yeah, confirm attack. So let's go. Yeah, it's going to block, of course. Not that it changes anything. So goodbye wall, and 2 remaining damage go to his face.
Great job.
Yep, great job indeed.
Normally, all attacking and blocking creatures deal combat damage at the same time. However, a creature with First Strike deals its combat damage first, before creatures without First Strike. This means a creature with first strike can often destroy an enemy creature before that creature gets the chance to hit back.
Okay, so
In this skill quest, withstand
Okay.
your opponent's assault and
Yeah,
attack
then-
on your turn.
okay, so you survive and then destroy the guy. So, okay, so what does he have here? Yeah, I'm going to block. So, this guy has a Juggernaut, which is a 5/3, and he needs to attack each turn if it's able to, and he cannot be blocked by walls. Nice. And we only have an Elvish Warrior who looks a little bit sad, and I can understand since he's being attacked with this by this big Juggernaut there. And we have something in our hand, which is a Kindled Fury. And it reads, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. And as we heard, the trick with first strike is that if we play this, which we are going to do, so I'm going to block this. I don't think I can. Okay, I cannot play a card now. I have to confirm the block and play it during the timer there. But so if we put +1/+0 and first strike on our creature, it's going to have a chance to strike first before the Juggernaut strikes back, and it's going to be a 3/3, do 3 damage, and kill it before Juggernaut has a chance to fight back. So let's see how this works.
A timer counts down whenever it's your turn to act.
Yeah, so we'll stop the timer and we'll play Kindled Fury on our Elvish Warrior. And that magic happening. It's a 3/3 now. And then it's going to destroy it before the other has a chance to attack back. So now he's going to play something, and then we're just going to attack. I can play the land, whatever, and we can attack with everything. It's going to deal 2 damage and he's going to die. Confirm attack. I will forget that like once every 2 attacks or something. Okay, and he's dead.
Well done. First strike is advantageous on both offense and defense.
Yeah, that's right. For defense, it's pretty good as well. Okay, so now the main event. So what do we have here? So we have a couple planes, an Elite Vanguard, which is again 2/1 for 1. We've seen this one. This one we've seen as well. It's the 3/1. We have the Eagle, Flying Vigilance 2/1. Okay. Then we have our Big Elk 2/4, which we didn't cast last game, but we will probably this time. And we have a Sky Spear Cavalry for 5 mana, 3/2 white. It's a human soldier. It has flying. It's a 2/2 and it's double strike, which is interesting. Double strike is basically you get first strike and normal strike, so it will deal 2 damage as it would if it had first strike, so before the other creature has time to strike back, but then it will again do 2 damage, so it's pretty good. And if it hits the adversary, it's going to be 4 damage to his face, because it's again 2 as first strike and 2 normal. So this is a pretty powerful card. But for the beginning, I think we're just going to play a land and play our Elite Vanguard, and that's going to be all we can do. We cannot attack, so end step directly, and a swamp. Okay, so we can we will skip this phase, because usually if you have no reason to do otherwise, like if you have no spell you want to play before, it's always advantageous to leave your mana open and play your cards as late as possible in the turn. So I will first continue, then it's my attack phase, and I'm going to hit our opponent with my 2/1, confirm the attack, and go beat his face. So the Derpy Harpy has lost 2 life, and then we have our second main phase, and we can play a land and play. Well, we only have one thing we can play. It's the 3/1 So I suppose this guy is going to cast a creature now, but that would have been... Ooh, what is this? It's a foil, so it's shiny and stuff. It's a woodland cemetery, so it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a swamp or a forest. And this guy has a swamp already, and it acts basically as a swamp or a forest, so making black or green mana. So that's a pretty good card. And oh, it has a 2/2 for 2 mana, Fleshman Steed. Whenever another creature dies, tap Fleshman Steed. Okay, Fleshman Steed. Okay, well I guess we cannot do anything about it. Triggered abilities, effects that happen when certain conditions are met. I guess we might as well do the tutorial. It's a tutorial episode.
Some abilities trigger whenever something else happens in the game. These are called triggered abilities. For example, many creatures have abilities that trigger when they enter the battlefield. If an ability triggers on an event you can repeat, such as playing a land, you can reap the rewards every time.
Okay, so
complete this skill quest by using triggered abilities to defeat your opponent this turn.
Kill him this turn. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a Foundry Street Denizen, which is a 1-drop for 1 mana for 1/1, and whenever another red creature enters the battlefield under your control, Foundry Street Denizen gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And I'm guessing this is another... Okay, when Manic Vandal enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. And our opponent has this big wolf, but it's tapped, so it cannot block. And he has the same steel wall we saw before. And you see this card is an artifact, so it's something that we can destroy with this one. So what we're going to do is play this one, which will trigger his ability because it's entering the battlefield. So don't show again. Then I can choose an artifact to destroy, and I will choose the only one that's there. So boom, say goodbye to our artifact. And now this one gets +1/+0 until end of turn because we had another red creature that entered the battlefield. And we can just attack, confirm the attack, and he's going to be dead. Okay, so we're getting some more interesting interaction between cards here than what we had in the previous matches.
Many creatures do much more than just attack and block.
Okay, so see you tutorial cards. Okay, so so since we have a little bit of a lead, we don't care if we lose our 3-1 to the 2/2 there, because we're still getting into his face for 2 damage, and we will continue keeping the advantage. We want to have more creature than this guy on the battlefield, so I'm just going to continue, attack with everything, probably lose one of my creatures, unless he wants to keep his guy, but then we can play another creature, so we're basically alright. Confirm the attack. I always forget that. So it's going to block probably, yeah, because he wants to prevent 3 damage, that makes sense. So you take 2 to the face, and both our creature dies. So that's good. Now we can play a plane, and we can play our trusty Eagle of the Watch, which is pretty good for us, because we're still with 2 creatures ahead. It's probably going to have another creature, so he plays a forest, and he plays a Gloom Widow, which has a reach. Gloom Widow can block only creature with flying, so reach basically means that you don't fly, but you can catch something out of the air, and this particular spider can only catch creature with flying. So okay, we'll let it pass. No tutorial for this one? Good. So, okay. Okay, so now we have something. What we will want to do is attack once again. But right now you see it's a 3-3, the spider is a 3-3, so it can basically eat our bird. But with this thing, our bird can be a 3-2, and at least we can trade with his spider. So we will keep clearing his creatures, and we still have some things we can play on the next turn. So we will be pretty happy with this exchange. So let's first continue. Then get into attack. So we still continue attacking with all, and that might seem a bit aggressive, but it's a good idea to keep the pressure on when you're when you have the advantage. Okay, so as planned, this guy blocked the Eagle of the Watch, but now we can play a glorious charge. We could have played this, and maybe then he would not have blocked because he wanted to keep his creature, but now we ensure that he would probably block because he was like, okay, I can just kill the bird without losing something, and then we can use the trick card to remove his creature. But that's the only thing we can do now. Okay, so is he casting something? He is. Forsaken Drifters for 4 mana. When Forsaken Drifter dies, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. And it's a 4/2, so okay. So one thing to know is that it's not always a good effect. Usually with zombies, you can interact with the cards you have in your graveyard that died. But if all your cards go into your graveyard, you lose the game. So you need to be a bit careful with that. So basically what we will want to do this time is just continue. Attack again with this one, because the worst case scenario we trade, but he loses a 4-2 against a 2-1, and that's not really a good deal if he blocks, or maybe he won't block, but then we can play a creature to block his own creature. Okay, so he didn't block, he takes 2 damage, he's getting pretty low, but what he doesn't know is that we can play a planes and then play this guy, the double strike 2/2 flyer, because since he has double strike, okay, don't show again, he will do 2 damage as if it had first strike, which will kill this zombie even before we get to the standard damage. So another Fleshmad Steed. Okay, will you attack? No, he doesn't attack. Oh, he cast himself. Okay. Blood Toll Harpy for 3 mana. It's a harpy with flying, a 2/1. When Blood Toll Harpy enters the battlefield, each player loses 1 life. Okay, so we'll lose a life. It's okay. Okay, we get Philosophers, and we will be able to cast the 2 creature. Again, we don't risk anything by sending our guy into his harpy, and this one can trade with both of these ones, so it's a good deal. So we'll continue and just attack with everything again. This first game and this first deck it's pretty straightforward. You just attack, whittle down the health of the enemy, and just win. Oh, confirm the attack again. I really always forget. So, will you block something? Okay, so we will see. Boom! You are dead, and my creature is not dead. Oh yeah. Yeah, it became tapped because of his ability. Okay, so that's good, because now we can play our Traveling Philosopher and Elk. Oh, what? Oh, it's 4 mana, not 3 mana. Okay. Okay. Ooh, what is this? Farika's Mander, 5 mana. When Farika's Mander enters the battlefield, you may return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. It's a 4/3. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay, well, I guess. Okay. That is pretty bad. But at least he doesn't have anything with fly. Yeah, he gets the harpy back, of course. Does he attack? He doesn't attack. We get another elk. So I guess it doesn't matter really if we play it after or before. So now we need to be a little bit more careful because this one can be killed by this one. We don't have any tricks up our sleeve, so we don't want to send this guy to his death. But this one now, our opponent doesn't have anything to block with, so we'll just give him 4 damage. I think that's what we want to do. Yeah. Okay, so 4 damage because you cannot block. Okay, that's cool. So 8, so we're almost done now. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it was the 2 ones for the first strike and then the 2 for the double strike. Okay, and now what we can do is play a nice elk. Okay. Okay, forest. That's alright. Is he going to attack with his... He doesn't attack. What did... Okay, just play another second drifters. I'm alright with that. And his harpy, which is not nice, but I mean, it's going to buy him a turn or 2. So okay, what do we draw? We draw a land, which is not good. Okay, so now what we do? We can attack this one again. He's going to kill this probably. We could attack with both of these to force a trade. Huh. But this guy, I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, you know what? We might as well do that. So, because he can block one of my creature and with this one and kill it, but the other 2, he's going to lose 1 zombie. Well, I think that's pretty good, and we will get an elk back to defend. So yeah, we will attack with everything and see how we can attack with everything. Confirm the attack. So we should have at least 2 damage going. Oh no, he blocks everything. Okay, that's nice. So because we keep our big guy, this is the guy who's going to win us. Yep. So okay, so the zombie is dead, and now the cards go into his graveyard. Oh yeah, no, that's my main phase now. So I can play the land, and I can play the elk. Okay. You know, I'm guessing he's going to attack with this guy, right? Yeah, he's going to. I could block him, but I think I can accept the damage because he's only at 5 and I am at 18, so yeah, yes, I can take 4 damage, so not to lose my creature. Okay, yep, 14. He's going to play something. A swamp. I'm not very impressed. And we get back our philosophers. I guess we can attack with everything again, so he's going to lose his zombie at the very least. He's going to take 4 because he'll be forced to block because he's going to take 4 from my flyer, and he cannot afford to take 2 more. So come on, guy, just block and lose your zombie to my elk. Yep. Just the same. Okay, that's done, and then 2 more. And say goodbye to, and then his cards are going to go into his graveyard, and then I can just play the philosopher to block his creature when it comes to attack me. Except if he, oh no, okay, he just drew a forest, so yeah, he might attack me. I can block with. I can just block. I lose my creature, but that's not too bad because then I can just kill it. Fine guy. Okay. And I get an eagle, which I don't know, I can play. That's just to intimidate him. Flyer is good. It's a good. difficult to block when you're not playing white or blue. Okay, confirm the attack once again. And he cannot do anything, and that's the end of the match. See you, Harpies! You're all dead. Keith Thune wins. Okay, just continue. I get another upgrade. And that's the epilogue for this one. With your martial talents and magical skills, you manage to fend off the onslaught of voracious Harpies. However, you hear calls for help from the main gate. Before the Harpies can regroup, you make your way along the walls towards the cries. Okay, so apparently things are not getting... Ooh, this guy looks a bit strong, but we will fight him next time. Hopefully, this was not too slow now, but hopefully you gain a little bit more insight into what some of the decisions are when you're playing Magic. And hopefully you'll be back next time for some more of that. But once again, this was Grungi. I hope you enjoyed, and in any case, I will see you around.